for this part of the video, I'll just go through each race and express my opinion, should I have won or not, and all that. Just like a quick summary, quick rundown. Watkins Glen, I finished P1. Did I deserve P1? Yeah, I think I had a step over the rest of the grid. Bobby, P2. I think I had a time gap on him, but fresh off the season, so yeah, expected that. Silverstone, P1 again. I think I had a more commanding lead this time over Base Cannon, and absolutely deserved. I think Silverstone start wasn't as good, but over the race stint I just went and wiped the floor on everyone, so that was fair. Toro Poznan is debatable because I got fucked over by Abdullah at the start, which I still have not forgiven him for, and Marco as well. Did not leave the space. You must always leave the space. So I think in that one it would have been still P2, but less of a P2 by like 3 seconds over the race instead of, what was it, 25. But that 25, I think most of it was just trying to get off the grass. So yeah, Bikeniki, I got absolutely robbed because of the other guy. What's his name? Wase. Again, they were just out after me. And then fucking Senf, honorable mention, the fucking twat, he took me out as well. And everyone was just on my back this race. Everyone who blocked me, like, y'all were just big haters. Bikeniki was, I think, my strongest showing, and no one has ever deserved a win more than me there. So absolutely, P1 should have been mine, but I finished P2. Mugello, I finished P1. Was I the fastest guy on the day? No. But was I the most consistent? Yes, by a mile. What was his name? One of those guest drivers finished P2. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but I think it was a pretty big gap between me and the other guys because they couldn't keep it on track. Evan came in then, and that was super fun. I remember Bobby, we didn't really race that much because he crashed, so missed opportunity. But I finished P1. Happy about that. Ring, P1. Did I deserve that? Absolutely not. Bobby threw away his win basically. He bottled it. Biggest bottle I've ever seen. And he finished P3 that race. I think Nick finished P2, even though he ran out of fuel on the line. I think that race was a P2 for me. We made the mistake at the pits with Bobby. We both did the same shit, which was incredibly funny. But yeah, Ring, did I deserve? No. Did I get it? Yeah. Sometimes, you know, shit happens. Nürburgring, I think Nürburgring, because I finished P2 there, right? Nürburgring, I got fucked over by my quali. And I was fighting Halsey and them, man. And Bobby and all those other guys who qualified ahead of me. Nick got lucky, I think. I think if I wasn't so shit at quali, I would have won that, but you know, Nick won that, so what the fuck can I do? Bathurst finished P2. I think that was like vice versa. What happened at Sachsenring? I bottled, threw it away, finished P2 on like the final lap, which is just stupid because it was a self-inflicted mistake. Bobby stole that from me. He got P1. I deserved P1, but I was stupid. So did I really deserve P1? I don't know. Barcelona finished P2, and I think that's the only race where I've actually been properly trounced. I think Nick pulled my pants down and stuck his thumb up my ass during that race. Honestly, that's the first time I said like, okay, yeah, like this P2 is the best I could have done, you know? There's no if, buts, or maybes. That was like proper, like, alright man, Nick, you're the guy. I get it. Hungary, I got P2. Did I deserve P2? No, that's another Nürburgring situation. I just got a shit quali. I should have finished that race in P1, but sometimes that my quali, bro, just sometimes I just need to like focus up, bro. If I get my quali down, no one's touching me, bro. But unfortunately, I don't have my quali down, so everyone's touching me. Fucking weirdos. Finish P2. I deserve P1 that one. I think Road America doesn't count. It's not a real track in my opinion. I finished P6. P6, I finished last. That's how you know that thing's just bullshit. So I won't even bother that with a mention. Okay, Mutantu won, just to make him happy. But the rest of the other guys, yeah, don't get gassed up because of that shit, man. Okay, maybe Matt P3. Congratulations, Matt, on that. I think that got you like P7 on the standings because of that. But yeah, other than those two guys, don't feel good about yourself. For this part of the video, the final part, I'm going to be equating each driver who I could remember to an F1 driver. If I missed out on you, I'm genuinely so sorry. I probably just confused your Discord and your Setter name. But I'll be doing this in alphabetical order. And I appreciate any hate that you're gonna send me over this. First of all, Abdullah, I'm gonna go for Williams George Russell because his one lap pace on occasion is very good. But when it comes to race station, my brother, yeah? Look, I don't have to say anything, bro. You know yourself. Next up, ARG, Zhou Guanyu. He's like midfield. He's not bad and he's like a good guy. Like, he knows how to drive a car. He just needs to get that seat time sometimes. And he does get unlucky, but he also puts himself in tough situations sometimes. So I feel like Zhou Guanyu is fair on him. For base cannon, I'm going for Mark Webber. This guy, in the first 5 laps of race, from race start, first 5 minutes of a race, base cannon just minerals are in there, man. There's always something that happens to base in the first 5 minutes. This is like so unlucky sometimes, but sometimes it's because of him. So it's like 50-50. So like I just can't erase the image of Mark Webber and base cannon. Like those base, you're Mark Webber, mate. Like, don't lie to yourself in any other way. Bobby, I went for 2015 Nico Rosberg. I think Nico Rosberg during this era, he was like, yeah, you can tell he's a good driver. He's going against Hamilton, who is arguably the GOAT, depending on who you ask. And Nico, yeah, he went on to beat the GOAT, but that was in 2016. We're talking about 2015 Nico Rosberg. He's good. He's gonna win every race. I don't know, man. Sometimes he just has like 1 or 2 or 3 stinkers, which is just like, oh, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, that's not good. But yeah, that 2015 Nico Rosberg Bobby. Next up, we have Halsey. I went for young Max Verstappen, and I've been saying this for like ever since I started racing with the guy. He's like, honestly, if you give it a couple of years and like get him to get onto iRacing, he's gonna like shoot up and everything. He's like, genuinely, he knows how to drive a car. So I specifically went for 18-year-old Max Verstappen because I mean the guy himself also is 18. I think Halsey is around that age, 18 right now. And yeah, sometimes the moves he puts on track, you just like, yeah, this guy, he's you remember how the old F1 drivers used to be like, Max is very excited to overtake in any corner, no matter what is standing in his way? That's practically Halsey. In a nutshell. If anyone disagrees with me, they haven't raced Halsey. And if you haven't raced Halsey, it's because you have not been at the front of the grid. So everyone else who drives at the front of the grid knows that this guy is 18-year-old Max Verstappen reincarnated into a Brazilian. Hayden Fargo, I went for Mick Schumacher. Likeable guy, very likeable. You can tell the talent is there. And he's just, you know, cutie patootie. Mick, Hayden, I don't think anyone here is going to disagree with that. That's completely fair. Sometimes he's like inconsistent as well, because he does have that pace, but sometimes he doesn't do himself well and he just finds himself in P9 the same way Mick would find himself in like P17, because sometimes he just doesn't help himself. So yeah, Hayden, Mick Schumacher, No one disagrees with that. J2 Quick, I went for Williams Alex Albon because he'll show up quali, he'll be there in the race, but he's been held back a bit from being like the top guys going for like podiums every weekend. So I felt like Red Bull Albon, no. I wouldn't say anyone here is a Red Bull Albon. No one like bottles are hard. But Williams Albon, because Williams Albon is very rated, and I rate J2 Quick very highly, so I felt like this was the perfect comparison. Yanma Perez, I went for Antonio Giovinazzi. I don't know where the fuck you went, mate. I hope you're alive. The same way no one knows. I mean, I follow Ferrari WC, so I know where the fuck Giovinazzi went, but the general public doesn't know. So we hope you're good, mate. If you're around, just like send her hello or something in Discord, bro. But yeah, Antonio Giovinazzi, Yanma Perez. It feels fair. He's good. He's there. He'll be there. I'll skip myself for last because, yeah, I felt like, just to keep the viewer attention, Laur, Lance Stroll, the Aston Martin one. Just the vibes felt right, mate. The vibes felt right. You're not there as much, just the same way Lance Stroll just sometimes isn't there as much. We hope you can attend more races next week because you're fun. But yeah, Lance Stroll felt very fair, and Lance is very talented. I feel like Laura also has that talent. Marco Stage, you fucking prick. I went for Esteban Ocon because no one in the grid likes Esteban Ocon. I don't think anyone in VM likes you, bro. Nah. Partly. Sometimes you're genuinely a prick. Sometimes you're funny. Rarely. Maybe like 5% of 1% of the time you're funny. Rest of the time you're just a racist, or a cunt, or a prick, or sexist, or disablest. All the S, basically, you can put on Marco. He is, however, very talented with a car. He knows how to drive a car. In fact, fun fact, Esteban Ocon is one of the 2 non-Ferrari drivers I genuinely hope do well in every race weekend. And guys who follow me, or at least guys in BM who like see me watch F1, know how intense I am sometimes. The other guy is Yuki for me. I support Yuki and Esteban, the non-Ferrari drivers. But I do not support you, Marco. I just feel like, yeah, Esteban Ocon, Matt Contreras. I went for Nico Hülkenberg. Yeah, Nico Hülkenberg felt fair because this guy he's the same. He's like Abdullah, but not as harsh. Where his best quality comes in the 1 lap pace, where it just pops up. You're just like, whoa, what the fuck, Matt? Where'd this come from? And then during the race, you're just like, holy shit, where the fuck did Matt go? Like, that's completely not shade, bro. Hülkenberg is a very good driver. He rips it off. Like, a lot of people rate Nico Hülkenberg, and the same way in VM, a lot of people rate Matt Contreras, and I feel like that's a very fair comparison. Nick Skills, I went for Ferrari Kimi Raikkonen, the 2007 Kimi Raikkonen, the one who won the last Ferrari F1 World Championship. I felt like Nick is definitely that guy where he just comes in out of nowhere. He just wins races. They're just like, who the fuck is this prick? Where did he come from? Who invited him here? And then I realized, oh shit, I invited him here because I brought Evangelos here. So that's like, oh, maybe, yeah, that's partly my fault. But yeah, Nick, I felt like that was fair because during that time, like Raikkonen, he came to win on the final day. And I felt like this guy just came in, and although like not every win was like he was fully tested, I don't know, man. Nick and Kimi Raikkonen, everyone knows Kimi Raikkonen is like very peaky. I'm not saying Nick is peaky, but I'm saying Nick is very close, at least in this context, to Kimi Raikkonen's peak. Like the way he just comes in and like does his job. I feel like that was very fair. Senf, I think he's known this from like round 3. I call this guy K-Mag because he is. He's just he's not here for race wins, bro. He doesn't care what position he finishes as long as he has murdered at least 3 cars on the way to the finish line. That's his definition of a successful race. He doesn't want to not only race you, he wants to make sure that you and the wall are intertwined atomically. He's gonna race you so hard, and that's his only goal, is that he wants to battle everyone. He's just like a fucking Viking. And he's German as well, so he's like pretty much fucking Viking as well, bro. Probably has that ancestry. So I felt like, yeah, this guy K-Mag, he's always been K-Mag to me. Talented guy. Midfield driver. Completely not shade to you, mate. We're good friends. And yeah, K-Mag, in terms of what he looks for, he's a very good racer, and he likes that physical racing, so that felt fair. Tonio, I went for Logan Sargent because you know how you look at Logan and you're just like, yeah, he's good, but he's just missing that little bit of something. I feel like once Tonio gets that little something, he can be up there. But right now, it's just, he's still, finding it, which is like completely not bad at all. Because Logan, for me, I actually like think of him much highly than the general public does. I think Logan just maybe came into F1 like 1 year too early, and he got like beat down by that. And I feel like Tonio is definitely has that talent in there, and he shows it very much. I feel like in Road America was his best showing. There was also a race, I think Mugello, he did pretty well. So yeah, Tonio, definitely I rate him. Wase, I do not rate this motherfucker. I put you as McLaren Daniel Ricciardo, mate. Fuck you for for Bikianiki. No forgiveness in my heart. Daniel Ricciardo, the McLaren one, everyone knows that that's a washed version of him. And I felt like the Wase we had in F4 was the washed one, because in GT3s, you're like very good. You won a couple of races as well over me and Halsey. And in the F4s, I think I just wish the power outages stopped happening, so you could like show up more in the races and like, put yourself more out there. But got unlucky there with real life. But while we were racing, like, I know there's more from you, mate. You're not this. I know you can push more. You should be higher. But he's a McLaren fan, and I felt like if there's any McLaren driver who Wase is defined as, it's Daniel Ricciardo. Last but not least, I'll be honest with myself. I won't call myself the GOAT. I won't call myself like Hamilton. I won't say Kiagoalski is Verstappen. I will say that Kiagoalski is Red Bull Vettel. The 2010 to 2013 one. The one who was egotistical. No one liked him. He was a prick. He baited people a lot. Some felt he was lucky with his car. No one liked Vettel. He talked his mouth off. He was reveled in his wins. He said he won't apologize for winning. I fucking love that, mate. Red Bull Vettel, I don't like that version of you. I hated that you were not that good in Ferrari, but sometimes it's a car. But yeah, Kiagoalski, Red Bull Vettel, I felt like, yeah, that's completely fair. I don't think anyone will disagree with that choice for me, and I don't think anyone will disagree with that list. If you do, shoot it down in the comments. If I missed you, or if anyone feels like someone else was missed and they like to like give a small shout, you can leave it in the comments. But thank you for watching this video. This is the final video of the F4 season I'm gonna make, because the season is over. I'm gonna miss the start of the next season because I won't be in the country, but I'll miss you guys. I'll catch you in like 2 months, but while that's happening, stay safe, stay driving, and be quick.